Hi guys, this is just a Sunday night wrap up for the week about what's happening in the week in the Fife property market so far. We're going to talk about the number of transactions, which will obviously give us an indication about where the market's going in terms of supply and demand. We're also going to talk about mortgages. There is 90% deals out there still and from lenders, and we'll talk a wee bit about that and give you a couple of hints and clues about where that is and where you'll get that information. We're also going to talk about yesterday's discussion. We actually discussed on our Fife Property show how Fife Landlords could be hit with a bill of up to £25,822. Wow. And how that's come about. But we'll discuss that later on in the show. And energy boost, 5 eco tips to help your energy boost as well, and hot water. And then a couple of other things just to round up for the show itself and the property market update. So let's go straight in and have a look at property transactions in the area for this week itself by region. And we'll take a quick look. So in the Cooper region, you can see 11 properties have come onto the market. This is according to Rightmove figures, and 9 properties sold. Well, it shows that demand's obviously petering a bit, but there is demand from last month. So 1 week doesn't make a trend. East Nuke, 4 properties come on, 4 properties sold. St Andrews, 6 properties come on, 6 properties sold. Leadenmouth, 15 come on, 13 sold. This is the first time Leadenmouth has dipped in a couple of months, actually. But again, it's nothing to worry about. I don't think so. It's only a week so far. Dunfermline, you can see that's a difference now. Dunfermline previous month was actually less sold as to instructed. So, but it's the other way around now, less instructed to sold. So Dunfermline's taking a wee bit of an upturn in the market for the week. Glenorchy, you could see the same things happening there. So 5 come on and 10 sold in that week, in the week past. And Kirkcaldy as well, similar pattern, 28 come on and 36 sold itself. So that gives us a strong indication about where the market is and where we're going. In terms of the housing market itself. So, you know, what's fueling this still? Well, we could see now furlough has been extended until the end of March 2021, which is good news. And that will be up to 80% of people's salaries who are furloughed as a result of that. So that's good news right across the board in the UK. Mortgage holiday has been extended. We've spoken about that already. And if you're struggling, speak to your lender about the tailored support programs that they have. Now, what the mortgage holiday extension means is up to 6 months you can have a mortgage holiday. It means obviously your interest will still accrue on your mortgage itself, but you can have up to 6 months. If you've had 4 months so far, you've got an extra 2 months to go. If you've had nothing so far, you can actually apply for 6 months. If you've had 6 months so far, then you've had it. And then that's when I say you really need to go and speak to your lender about a tailored support plan. That's what the Financial Conduct Authority is recommending. So there's other products available as well in the market, but we'll take a wee quick look at what's happening so far for us in the market. Well, this is showing a bit of supply and where it's going and how it's going. We have 24 Langhouse Green. That's actually going to a closing date on Tuesday. I mean, that was literally just put on a week ago. And it's got multiple notes of interest. 15 viewings have taken place so far, and that's in Crail. So that's hugely in demand. 35 Main Street in Strathkinnis. That is on at 750,000. And that is going to go to a closing date as well. And 51 Pinkerton Road, Crail, that never even made it to market. That actually got sold from Facebook. Somebody saw our pre-launch, got in there before everybody else, and it never even made it to market. So you need to follow our Facebook pages to make sure you've got the first chance of getting a hold of the property on a pre-launch. That's what pre-launches are designed to do. You can get it before anybody else. Just follow our pages relevant to your area, and you will get that before anyone else to get to see it. 37 Shore Road in Anstruther, that's sold last week as well. That was around 350,000, that was. And that was an interesting one because we actually brought the price down to push it back up. And that's a strategy that you can talk to us about if your house seems to be sticking. With any agent, doesn't matter who it is, I'm more than happy to give you advice on that. In terms of what to do in terms of pricing strategy, in terms of maybe rejigging the photographs and maybe rewording it, maybe a campaign to put behind it. But we can give you advice on that. So more than happy to talk to you about that if you'd message us here. And Setting, this is what the surveyor said to us this week. You seem to be setting new records for bandings and property prices in the area. That was David Marr from Shepherds that actually said that about us. And leaving the area, Parker Terrace is away. It's gone. And Cherry Court, I believe, is under offer as well. So verbal offer. So, and that's within a week as well. So, the market is really, really booming just now and going well. So back to mortgages. Let's talk about a few mortgage products which actually might interest you. There are generally only 3 90% lenders in Scotland for loan to value for mortgages just now. But right now, Accord Mortgages are offering 90% deals until this Tuesday. So you've got 2 days to get in touch with your mortgage broker and maybe look at that 90% deal with Accord Mortgages. They have far fewer restrictions than other lenders currently offering 90% deals, and only one application needs to be a first-time buyer. So if you've had an offer accepted and you're struggling to get a 90% deal in place, then contact your mortgage broker as soon as possible. Now, this is Neil Bird from Cara Mortgages that actually told us this. One of the other interesting developments this week is the NatWest. They're actually launching a green mortgages. So the green mortgages, that's a real, this is one to come. These deals are preferential rates to properties with a confirmed A or B energy rating. That's as per your EPC. And they're available up to 85% loan to value, so 85% mortgages on normal residential properties, or 8% on new builds. This is probably the kind of innovation we're likely to see more of in the future. That's probably one of the most important things I would say about that. Halifax has also announced on Saturday, they announced that house prices have rocketed 7.5% in a year, and they've added, right across the UK, they've added £18,000 to the cost of the average home. So they're saying that the lockdown has seen a mini boom already. So average house prices right across the UK is now sitting at £250,457 according to the Halifax Index. And property inflation is 7.5%, is the highest it's been since mid-2016. So that's in terms of the Halifax. A couple of things that we've been out to this week. Quite interestingly, Lochie Homes. So Lochie Homes in St Monans is building 92 bungalows. 46 of them will be for social housing, and 46 of them will be for private sale. So we've been invited out to have a wee chat with them about the Lochie Homes with the private bungalows in St Monans. So that's quite an interesting one that we've developed as well. And we are looking to work with them in the way forward. Some of the properties coming to market this week, we're going out to, coming to market is with us, Lookers, 3-bedroom semi-detached, Newark Street and St Monans, a 5-bedroom. Geez, this is at a good price point for a 5-bedroom, I'll tell you. So keep your eye out for that. We'll be doing pre-launches this week for this on our social media pages. You get a chance to get this before it goes to anyone else, before it goes on Rightmove, Prime Location, Zoopla, or S1 Homes, or our website as well. So keep an eye on our Facebook page to see these pre-launches for these properties. And High Street in Earlsferry offers over 750,000. This thing is overlooking the beach. It is gorgeous. And Sloane Street in St Andrews, 3-bedroom as well coming on. So that's all the exciting things happening in the market for next week. In terms of what was spoken about, the landlords, each Fife landlord could be hit with up to 25,822 bills. So I'm going to put the link on for that as well. I'm just going to post that in the comments here, and you'll get a chance to actually read that for yourself. So I'm just going to pop that in just now. Just bear with me, and you should see it coming up. Now, that's quite an interesting one itself. Let me just recap for you. It is actually about the 5-tier lockdown, obviously, it's happening in terms of the eviction notice has actually been extended to 6 months as a result. It's obviously quite a difficult process to do that, but arbitration could be a solution. And then also some of the other things that you could do. The pointers here on this article that I've just shared with you is help your Fife tenants to get financial support that they're entitled to. Did you know there's a discretionary housing fund from Fife Council to top up the difference between what they get and what they're due you from the council if they do fall in hard times? So the council will top that up. there is a discretionary housing fund in place to fund that process. Adopting and adapting, improving your Fife buy-to-let property, holding on to your good Fife tenants, carry out firmer checks on your prospective Fife tenants, and rent guarantee insurance for your Fife rental. Last resort. Last resort is obviously eviction. You want to avoid that at all costs. And we've got processes and recommendations in place to help you as a landlord through that process. And then obviously there's a breakdown there as well of how much we think that £25,822 bill is and what that comes into. So that's the article I've shared with you there. The other article I would want to share with you finally is the Eco Boost, so Energy Boost. So this is 5, let me have a wee look at this article here. This is 5 eco tips that can add value to your home. So windows, doors, insulation, heating, hot water, and solar power and panels. So I'm going to share that with you as well, this article, and you could read that at your leisure and see how you get on with that. So again, I'll paste that in for you and show you that. Yeah, so that's in terms of, shared that article as well. So hopefully you'll find that quite interesting. And I'll just see if there's any questions from anybody. So Matt, yeah, good question, Matt. What would you say is a respectable minimum deposit would be? Minimum deposit, well, the average rental and currently just now in the Fife property market is sitting around about, if I could dig through my paperwork here, is sitting around about £773. That's the average Fife rental. Clearly, we've got markets which is a bit less than that in terms of the rental value. So I would recommend probably deposit would typically be 1 month's rent. If you have a pet, and some of the landlords, obviously are quite, we've discussed that on the Fife Property show yesterday, actually, about why you should be considering pets as a landlord and what to do about it. But if you have a pet and you want the tenancy and the landlord is maybe reluctant to take because of pets, you can offer up to 2 months rent as a deposit. Or you can actually get a guarantor. So instead of a deposit, so you can actually get guarantors instead of deposit. That's another strategy in order to get a tenancy. So it's a good question, Matt. So thanks very much for your question. And if that's it for this week. All exciting news. Everything's going well. Oh, sorry, you meant for a mortgage, Matt. Yeah, absolutely. I thought you were talking about deposit for a rental. So deposit for a mortgage, you'll get 90% loan to value mortgages just now. Accord has one running just now, but it will run out on Tuesday. Most first-time buyers have been required to come in with a 15% deposit because the first-time buyer market is only doing 85% loan to values. Unfortunately, what's happened is the First Home Fund has run out of money. So the Scottish Government can't give anybody up to £25,000 towards their deposit anymore, or their house purchase as a first-time buyer in Scotland, because they've run out of money. The fund they put aside has actually been used already. The First-Time Homes Fund for first-time buyers will come back next year in April. Obviously, it's no good to you now, but hopefully, if you need more information, feel free to message me on these links later on, or private message me as well. And that's it for the roundup this week in the Fife property market. Everything seems to be going the right way, and it's all going good. So if you've got any questions, please feel free to message me later on. And I'm Jim Parker for Fife Properties TV.